We've had a few weeks of hiatus, but welcome back to another episode of Kicked, your weekly journey through the wacky, wild, and wonderful world of gaming on Kickstarter. As always, we've got 3 new games to talk about this week, so let's get started with our first campaign. I'm your host, Amy Elise Brighter, and our first game this week is called Norse Noir, Loki's Exile. It's from a Norwegian dev team called Creative Spill, and it's a point-and-click adventure game that they're saying is a throwback to those point-and-click adventure games of our childhoods. It follows a Norwegian immigrant to the United States during the big band era, and it's basically following this guy named Lars, who's basically trying to keep his head above water as he deals with some mob connections that have landed him in debt. He's trying to pay off his debt, and somehow Norse mythology ties into it all. So if you're interested in seeing how this game goes, maybe solving the mystery of how the heck mythology links to the big band era, they've raised $10,000 they're aiming to raise $10,000, and they've already gained just over $5,000. They got 13 days to go on their campaign. Roller Coaster Tycoon fans, have I found the game for you. It's called Parkitect, and much like our roller coaster simulator, it has you setting up the theme park of your dreams. But in addition to building rides and designing roller coasters, you have a whole added element of managing your employees. And this is actually pretty important because in Parkitect, managing your employees impacts customer satisfaction to the extreme. Not only do your customers not necessarily want to see your employees, which causes you to rethink your designs about how you're going to get people from place to place, the happiness of your employees also determines how they behave towards customers, meaning unhappy maintenance workers may not repair rides properly, which means people might go splat. This is actually being made by a small 3-person team, and they're going to be bringing the game to PC, Mac, and Linux. They are just short of their $50,000 goal, actually $50,000 Canadian. They're right now at $45,000, and they have 14 days left to go. So if you're interested in seeing this game come to life, I highly recommend checking out their campaign. Our final game this week is called Moon Hunters, and in it, you have the chance to create your own myth. You play as up to a 4-player co-op group, and you get to decide what legacy your character leaves behind. As you explore the world and interact with different characters, you'll determine how you will be remembered in your country's lore, which is a pretty kind of cool thing. You actually will be able to play through the game multiple times, and each time you'll see the impact that you left behind the previous game. You'll take your place amongst the pantheon of heroes that have existed so far. You start off as just your basic, neighborhood hero, and you climb your way into the annals of history. They've already actually met their goal of just over $45,000 Canadian, but they've got a whole bunch of stretch goals. They've already completed their stretch goal that will be bringing the game to the PS4. Their final stretch goal is going to be right at $135,000 Canadian, and that will be bringing the game to the Vita. Currently, they're at just over $100,000. So if you're interested in seeing this game come out, I highly recommend giving them a look. Well guys, that's all I have this week. If you decided you liked one of the games I featured this week, or you have a suggestion for something you'd like to see featured in a future show, leave me a comment right below the video. You can also find me on Twitter at AEBrighter, and give my friends over at Invisible Gamer, the team that I work with, a look at. Our site is invisiblegamer.net, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. All of that information, as well as links to all the campaigns we cover this week, are in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.